Hey guys, BrickQueen here with some interesting news to share with you guys. So, a lot of us were really sad last year when ToysRUs announced that they were closing. I know I was really sad. A lot of people grew up going to ToysRUs and enjoying the store and Jeffrey the giraffe and everything like that. But closed down last year, I believe it was in June when it finished closing all of its U.S. stores. Now, ToysRUs still has stores in other countries, but all the U.S. stores are closed, at the moment at least. So I've been seeing several different articles from different places, like this one on CNN Business. ToysRUs brand may be brought back to life. So I thought I would share this news with you guys if you're not already familiar with it. You may have heard it's been pretty big in the news since yesterday, and I think a little bit the day before people started to hear about this. So you can look this up for yourself and read all about it if you want to. I just kind of wanted to go over this a little bit. So basically, you know, the bankruptcy process that they've been in, the bankruptcy liquidation, has been a really long process. And of course, you know, it was announced last September that they were going to shut down and go into bankruptcy. And I think some stores started closing then, and then in March of 2018 is when I think that's when they announced that at some point all the stores were going to close, and by the end of June all of them were closed. So since then, they've just been kind of going through this bankruptcy liquidation process. And they're to the point now that they were supposed to be doing an auction for the ToysRUs name, I'm guessing probably the jingle, and also Jeffrey the giraffe. Jeffrey the giraffe was going to be up for auction. So that's what this news is about. That auction for their intellectual property was called off. And so I was reading about it. I've read several different articles about this, but this is the important part, this paragraph right here. The company said it is considering a new operating ToysRUs and Babies R Us branding company. The filing said the plan would create new domestic retail operating businesses under the ToysRUs and Babies R Us names, as well as expand its international presence and further develop its private brands business. So basically what that means is some of their shareholders are considering ways to open new stores under the ToysRUs and Babies R Us name. It probably, I would assume, because their old style is what caused them to go into bankruptcy, the new stores definitely would not be like the old ones. Obviously, they still want to be in the toy business somehow, but it's really up in the air. We don't know a lot of details right now about what their plans are. Because I think they are still working out the details, trying to find something that's going to work. They definitely don't want to do all this, open new stores, and then go into bankruptcy again. So I'm sure the shareholders are looking at ways to run a very successful business if they do open new stores. I think it would be awesome, whatever they decide to do. If they bring back ToysRUs in any capacity, I think that's going to be good news. Now, being that I'm in Arkansas, I doubt that I'm going to get a new store. But some of you in like California, New York, Florida, Texas, probably, those kind of states, you will probably see a new ToysRUs if they continue down this path. So we'll just kind of have to watch the news and see what they end up doing. But in the meantime, I guess we will just be shopping at other stores until they figure out what they're doing, and maybe even after they figure out what they're doing. It might not even be a good plan. Who knows? Because it's just, it hasn't been decided yet. It even says right here, the details of who was looking to buy the ToysRUs brand also were not disclosed. So that's another thing I'm really curious about. If there was another company, like maybe Walmart or Target or something like that, I'm wondering if somebody like that was going to buy the ToysRUs brand, or was looking at it. But obviously they did have people that wanted to bid on the name of the company and I guess bring it back in some form. It would have been interesting. I'm also wondering if maybe Lego might have wanted to do something like that. We did hear recently that Lego was going to start opening these pop-up Lego stores. That'll be like a Lego store, just it won't have like the pick a brick wall, and it won't have like monthly events. It'll just be like a smaller version of like a Lego store. So it seems like they're trying to expand stores in different ways. I don't know if that has anything at all to do with this. I'm just spitballing ideas here, because we really don't know. But I mean, it's interesting for sure. I've been following this. I really want to know more information about this. And I, for one, miss ToysRUs. Even though I will admit, I complained multiple times about price gouging there. However, they did have the price match guarantee, so you could price match and make them not price gouge you. But it was annoying that sometimes they were price gouging in the first place. Because you would have like a new Lego set come out, and they would just automatically up the price on it, $5 or $10 or sometimes more depending on the set. So I mean, I can see why they failed, but I also loved ToysRUs. I mean, it was just a really nice store. I loved the atmosphere of my local ToysRUs. I liked just going in there, visiting. I had talked to the manager a few times, and he didn't know my name, and so like I remember this one time, I asked him to put something on hold for me when it came in, and he didn't even ask my name. He was just like, "I'll do that. Will do." And then so when it got there, I went to pick it up, and that day the manager wasn't there. So I went up to the front desk and I was like, and I saw the toy on hold. I saw it sitting at the desk, and I knew that was on hold for me. And so I asked them for it, and then they looked at me and they were like, "Are you the Lego lady?" I was like, I guess so. Because he didn't know my name, so he put Lego lady on the label. Hold for Lego lady. Because I would always go in there buying Lego sets. So, I mean, that just kind of was something random that amused me at the store. But I just always liked ToysRUs, even when they did try to price gouge. We just price matched and went on. So the store, well, not that store specifically, but like you can see down here, the retailer, the ToysRUs brand basically, was 70 years old. And I just personally hate to see it go. I know it's something that a lot of people, both older and younger than me, grew up with. And I would love to see it come back in some way, shape, or form. I'm also interested in what this, it says they want to further develop their private brands business. Not quite sure the meaning of that. But I don't know. It says a couple of times in here, you know, the details of this and that were not disclosed. The details of this were not disclosed. I mean, obviously, none of this means that there's definitely going to be a Toys R Us store open again. It just means they're looking at the possibility of doing that, and they want to, basically. So we'll have to wait and see what happens, but I just wanted to talk to you guys about this because I think it's good news, even if it's just kind of, this is what they're thinking about. I'm still excited about it. So let me know your thoughts about all of this in the comments below. Do you want to see Toys R Us come back? Are you glad to see them go? I just really want to know what people are thinking about this. So comment below and let me know, and I will see you guys later. Before you go, don't forget to click my picture to subscribe to the channel. And if you already subscribed, you can click the thumbnail to check out more of my videos.